Brazil feeling good. Their first ever trip to the Senior League Softball World Series. First ever team from South America to make it here, trying to conquer one of the beasts, Delaware, who is 2-0, last year's runner-up here in Sussex County, Delaware, at the Senior League Softball World Series. Can Brazil pull even with Delaware? A win would make both teams 2-1 in Pool A tonight, and tomorrow we'll wrap up pool play. The top 4 in each pool advance to a single elimination bracket of those top 8 teams. Well, if Brazil wants to do it, they will need more of the same from one of their top performers. Their #1 hitter, they say she has power and contact, Mariana Sonoda.
She has been absolutely lights out for them. She's had 4 hits, 4 RBIs, 4 runs scored, and 3 doubles while doing it, and she's gone to all parts of the field as well. She leads the team in all of these categories. She has been on fire for them, and they're going to have to rely on her today as well.
On the other side, the shortstop and the power hitter, Kimora Harris, has been lights out for Delaware.
I mean, once again, talk about a power hitter. She leads the World Series with 8 RBIs, 5 hits, and she's second in the World Series with 2 home runs already. She knows how to drive in runs. She's one of their clutch players, and once again, for Delaware, they're going to have to rely on that big bat to score some runs.
Kimora Harris slides into the cleanup spot of the Delaware lineup. Journey Hearn, Adeline Lutz, Carly Kruger, the top 3 in the order, but 1 through 9, this is a team that can swing it. Jordan Bowe in the 7-hole. JB really good at the hot corner defensively. This team led by Clint Lutz. They will face off with Eduarda Hasagawa in the circle for Brazil, a Shohei Ohtani fan and an Oklahoma Sooners fan. What's she bring to the table?
She absolutely loves softball. She wants to attend college in the U.S. and actually play in the U.S., but she really loves to mix speeds. She's going to work mostly just a fastball changeup, but it's that speed differential that makes it really hard for batters to adjust.
Under the lights in Frankfort, Delaware, and it's a fantastic crowd, and this is what we have come to expect when Delaware is here. They are the host of this event, and their coaching staff said as they continue to win, the crowds will continue to grow, and that's exactly what we've seen over these first 3 days. So they've got to be fired up on home turf, taking on Brazil. That is strike 1, a nice pitch from Hasagawa, good velocity to Journey Hearn, the right fielder. Oh, 1, mixing speeds already. That stays a little bit high to Hearn, who is favorite athlete Kobe Bryant and the 2-time national champion Caden Henry at Texas.
She also has one of the best eyes at the plate on the entire team, and I think it's a perfect place for her to be in the leadoff position.
Hard hit ball smothered at shortstop. A nice defensive play for Mariana Sonoda. Talked all about the offense. She can play some good defense as well.
Showing off glove work over there at shortstop. As you mentioned, this is not softly hit. This is a bit of a low line drive. Takes a hop up, but Sonoda stays down on it for the first out of the game.
Very still night here in Frankfort, Delaware. About 81 degrees still. Ball outside. These two teams will be really happy to have the night game because the sun was a big problem in the first game of the day.
Outfielders really struggling to track balls down with the position of the sun. So definitely an advantage to be getting these night games.
Pitch just misses inside, 2-0. So pool play will wrap up tomorrow. We will have 6 games. We just saw Czechia beat Hawaii earlier tonight. Czechia will play 2 games tomorrow night. They did not play on the opening night, same as the Philippines. Philippines played 2 games last night. These international squads look really dangerous. Czechia is 1-1, but their one loss was by a single run, and it happened late in the game against South Carolina. There is strike 1 in the 3-0 count for Eduarda Hasagawa against Adeline Lutz.
And Lutz is a can-do-it-all type of player. She's one of their vocal leaders. She has a lot of different tools in her toolbox, not only at the dish, but on defense as well.
Hard hit ball up the middle. One out base hit for Adeline Lutz. She is the daughter of Clint Lutz, the manager of this team, third base coach and the pitch caller. Played college baseball at Delaware Tech Community College and was a great men's fast pitch player, as were many of the men in this family. Is fouled off by Carly Kruger in the 3 spot of this Delaware order. Carlin Pickens and Jordy Fromm fan. Carly's dad, Paul, is the first base coach for this Delaware team. The other coach is Jeff Bowen. His daughter, Sophia, is also on the team. This is a very experienced group. A lot of 16-year-olds, a lot of 17-year-olds on this Delaware team. So we talked about some of the other teams that are young, that maybe haven't been here before or still getting used to things. That is not the case with Delaware. Chopper left side. Sonoda takes care of it, 2 outs.
Once again, Sonoda over at shortstop showing that it's not just the bat that she's smooth with, it's her glove as well. Really good job fielding that ball, making a great throw.
Here is Kimora Harris. So you know the inning is never over when she's standing at the plate. She can change the game with one swing of the bat. Couple home runs already. Clint Lutz said she is probably the most gifted player on this team. Incredible arm. Dream job is to be a crime scene investigator.
We've actually seen that a couple times.
Hard hit ball right side, stays on the ground, then pops up nicely. The throw is coming home, but it won't be in time. Kimora Harris adds to her Senior League Softball World Series leading RBI total.
And that is her 9th RBI of this tournament already. She is just on fire. This pitch is in the outer half. She drives it the other way. It hits a little bit of the lip of the grass, but a good job by Nagasawa in right field. Just not in time, and that's the first run of the game.
This is the left fielder, Emma Jackson, 16-year-old from Georgetown. Derek Jeter and Jordy Fromm fan. Her favorite food is a Big Mac. That's what I'm talking about.
I second that.
You don't get a Big Mac if you're not going for it. Harris has speed over at first base. 1-1 count, 2 outs. She's going, and it's a hit and run into right field. Harris into third easily.
That is a perfect example of 2 outs, 2 bases. When you're on the base paths and somebody hits the ball with 2 outs, you have free range. Like, this is a phenomenal piece of hitting by Jackson, but it's Harris at first base. Doesn't hesitate, knows with 2 outs she can push it and go first to third.
This is the pitcher at the plate, Sierra Lewis. One of the best arms in the tournament a year ago. She is back for more in 2026. Wants to finish the job this year, though. They lost 10-0 in the championship last year to Michigan. That same Michigan team is back with a lot of the same players. Same goes for Delaware, to the dismay of the other 8 teams that are here. Sierra Lewis had 5 wins and threw 29 of the 44 innings last year for Delaware. She is the self-proclaimed best dancer on the team.
We'll just have to believe her on that.
You never know. We might see it on the field.
The Czechia coach was boogieing this last game.
Through the left side. 2-0 Delaware.
And they said that Sierra Lewis is extremely strong, and you could just hear this off the bat. This comes off with so much speed. There is no chance for Matsumoto at third base to get any glove on this, and it's another RBI for Delaware.
Passes the bat to Jordan Bowe from Lincoln, Delaware. Fouls that back, strike one. She is technically one of, I guess, the younger ones on the team, because they do have a number of 17-year-olds. She is just 16. Wants to be an athletic director. That is her dream job. This is my favorite thing that was written down, because I think she filled this out before LeBron James decided where he was going to play. And she said she'd most like to meet LeBron and ask what he's going to do next year. And of course, he is playing 2.5 hours north of here in Philadelphia. And I'm just guessing, but Jordan Bowe put Cooper DeJean and JT Realmuto as her favorite athletes, so she's clearly a Philadelphia sports fan, and now she's got LeBron playing for the 76ers.
She's got to be happy then. They did mention that she's always smiling. She is one of the most joyful kids on the field, loves to play the game. But I'm sure that makes her extra happy too.
Drives this to right field, and it's caught out there by Beatrice Nagazawa. That ends the inning, but Delaware starts off hot. 2-0, they lead Brazil after the top of the first. The Brazil fans here to support their team representing the Latin America region. First team from South America to make it to the Senior League Softball World Series. They are led by Fernando Oda. He will also coach third base. He's assisted by Thais Kawasaki and Eduardo Matsumoto. It's a team that played really well in game one, beat Pennsylvania 9-5. Or excuse me, beat Texas 14-2, lost to the Philippines 8-3. This is the lineup they send to the plate that has hit 350 as a team, 7 extra base hits, and 17 runs scored in those 2 games.
And it's Mariana Sonoda again at the top of the lineup. She's going to be their spark plug. They're going to have to rely on her to get things going.
A lot of lefties in that lineup to face Sierra Lewis. Can they put the pressure on this defense and get to Lewis, one of the best arms you're going to see this week?
She's a 4-year vet for this team. She's got good velocity, will work in a fastball, a curve, a rise, and a change. But I think it's just that mindset of being a vet that makes her extra special on the mound.
First pitch outside to Sonoda. This is the last year Mariana Sonoda will be eligible, 17 years old now. The the rules are you have to have turned 13 on or before December 31st, 2025, so last year, and you cannot turn 17 before January 1st, 2026. So you have to enter this year as a 16-year-old.
Those are two really good spots there by Sierra Lewis, getting the lower outer edge. Probably just needs to bring it over just a touch to get those strike calls.
There is strike two. 2-2 count to the first batter. Sonoda trying to show this lineup as much as she can of Sierra Lewis. Chases that pitch outside for strikeout number one.
Really good placement here by Lewis, recognizing that she has a couple extra balls to play with in this count, so she's going to go way outside with this ball. Forces a swing from Sonoda for strikeout number one.
Rafa Nakamura, center fielder, is next up. Her dream job is to be a sports physical therapist. Bounced in by Lewis, falling behind 2-0.
And Nakamura is a really good piece for this team as well. She'll bunt, but she also swings away for power, so it makes it really difficult defensively to decide where you're going to play because you just never know what tools she's going to go to.
Mentioned how experienced Delaware is. On the flip side for Brazil, they're kind of in the middle of the road when it comes to experience, but 8 of their players are either 14 or 15 years old. So a stark contrast to the 16 and 17-year-old Delaware team on average, it seems. 3-1.
And the fact that Delaware is getting to play in front of a lot of their home fans as well. They traveled really well. As their coach mentioned, a lot of these fans, the longer they're in this tournament, the more that they show up, and that just has to feed energy into the team too.
It's so unique for a team in a summer setting. You're not at a high school or college or anything like that, to have the support of a community like Delaware will have all week and has had. This is the place to be tonight, though.
There is the ice cream truck here too, so that's definitely drawing a crowd as well.
Might add, we have this crowd on a Wednesday night. Not like we're on a weekend right now. So you can only imagine Delaware is playing, which they will certainly be playing in the elimination format. So they will get at least one weekend game on Friday, potentially Saturday and Sunday as well.
Well, they mentioned they're about 10 minutes down the road for most of these girls. They still opt to stay in the team hotel just to get that experience, but for a lot of their friends and family, this is just another great experience and a great way for them to show their support. But like you said, it's rare on a Wednesday night, especially this time of year. This is about the only softball you're going to get, so these are just softball lovers supporting their community.
Right fielder Beatrice Nagamura, I'm sorry, at the plate. It is Beatrice Nagazawa. Two count. Fouled off to the left side. They have made Sierra Lewis work these first few batters.
And that's important as you start off a game and you're early along in the game. You want to make the pitcher throw as many pitches as possible. Make it difficult on them. Make them show everything in their arsenal so that you can just see everything and pass that information.
Into center field, shallow, tough spot, but coming on to make the catch is Lutz and goes to first, and it's a double play. Picked off the ground by Kruger, and Delaware is out of the inning.
What a play by Adeline Lutz in center field. First, she has got to run a long way for this. This is blooped in center field. She tracks it down, and then the throw and the pick by Kruger over at first base. Delaware will hit when we come back.
Two games ongoing right now. Next door, it is the Philippines and Texas. Philippines in a tough spot, bases loaded, jam one out, and Carlene Santos entering this game. We've seen this story. She entered the game yesterday that we had and completely changed the complexion.
She's really good in tough positions like this. She's very gritty. She changed the game for them, the Philippines, yesterday. So this is a big-time moment for her, but she's used to it.
Big opportunity for Texas. We will see that team for the first time tomorrow. Oh, 0-1 count in our game, and that is going to be a hit batter. Ava Brock painfully aboard to lead off the inning. We'll keep an eye on that bases loaded situation and see what happens. It's a big spot for Texas, who's 0-2.
Absolutely, and they need a win. And we talked about how important pool play games are here. And sometimes pool play games get overlooked, overshadowed, but they are so important here because if you are in the bottom half of your pool, you don't make it to move on in this tournament.
Sophia Bowen takes the first pitch for a ball. This is the 9 spot with Brock, the 8-hole, leading off with a walk. So another big opportunity brewing for Delaware with the top of this order on deck. Chase that pitch in the dirt for strike one.
Really good pitch there. Just going down in the zone. It's got great movement by Hasegawa, just falling off the table. You can tell she's trying to get on top of this ball, throw that drop ball. Very deceptive.
Bunted back to the pitcher. The sacrifice is executed perfectly for Bowen.
Textbook softball there, just going to small ball, move the runner, get them in scoring position, but a good sacrifice bunt for Sophia Bowen.
All right, second time through for Eduarda Hasegawa. How would you call a game? If you were behind the plate calling a game for your pitcher, do you try and save a little for that second time through?
To me, it depends on what type of pitcher you have. Some pitchers really like to pitch to a batter's weaknesses. Some pitchers like to go to what their strengths are. And so if I have a pitcher that wants to go with their strengths, I don't really care about showing their full arsenal. I'm just going to go at them with everything that they have. Now on the other side, if you have a batter that, or a pitcher, excuse me, that likes to nibble, as that one's popped up. If you have a pitcher that kind of likes to nibble and go to the batter's weaknesses, then you can kind of save things in your pocket and go batter to batter.
Two outs in the inning, but we've seen this one before. First inning, Delaware did a lot of their damage with 2 outs, scored both runs. Had 3 consecutive singles to help produce those 2 runs. Adeline Lutz had the first hit in the game and came around to score, also a volleyball player. Where's number 29 usually? Her grandpa, dad, her, and now her younger brother, Emerson, all have worn that number.
She's also a big-time Bree Ellis fan. We've seen a lot of that. A lot of these girls definitely look up to the AUSL players, and I know tonight there's that pro game going on for Little League and AUSL.
Lutz drives it to left center, and it's gone! A 2-run shot for Adeline Lutz.
They are fired up right now for Adeline Lutz. And as they should be, that was a laser beam off the bat. This pitch is belt high middle. And she sends it right back where it came from, a low line drive, but it has such speed that it clears the fence. What a swing, what a moment for Adeline Lutz.
4-0, and all 4 runs have been scored with 2 outs. She was hanging on for dear life when she crossed home plate.
The celebration getting a little dangerous. That's one of my favorite parts of this game, is watching every team's little nuances, how they celebrate home runs, what they do in between innings. We've seen some pretty fun home run celebrations so far.
I was anticipating a humble brag there, and you saying my favorite part is stepping on home plate after a home run. Is that all right, Allie?
It's really the jog around.
Yeah, the brisk jog.
You got to perfect the pacing of the jog.
Alongside the former Alabama star Allie Shipman, I'm Chucky Kempf. A little off speed, doesn't quite drop enough, and it's a 2-1 count for Hasegawa against Carly Kruger, who grounded out her first trip up. That does catch the outside corner. 3-2 count. Carly is trying to replicate what her sister Kylie did in 2017 when they were the Senior League Softball World Series champions. Kylie is the player advocate for this team, so she's still involved. Their dad, Paul, again, a member of the coaching staff. She walks with 2 outs. Now Kimora Harris. On Lions Field behind us, Philippines kind of survived that bases loaded situation, only gave up 1 run and got out of the inning. That is just a little high. Harris takes a big swing there, then a 2-0 count. Back up the middle, great reactions in the circle, and a strong throw over by Hasegawa to end the inning. Delaware gets a pair in each of the first 2 frames.
And it is Adeline Lutz coming in clutch. She gets this pitch middle over the heart of the plate, absolutely smokes it over the fence, and Delaware is up 4-0.
Adeline Lutz doubles the Delaware lead in the top of the second inning. 5 hits, 4 runs. They've all come with 2 outs.
And that just shows how fearless this Delaware offense is, especially being able to produce with 2 outs. They're not afraid to hit with their backs up against the wall, not afraid to take big hacks when they need to.
They beat Pennsylvania 9-5. They beat Texas 12-2 in 6 innings. The Pennsylvania runs mostly came toward the end of that game. Delaware jumped out to a big early lead. They've had at least 10 hits in each of the first 2 games and 21 total runs, and they're already adding pretty good numbers to that here tonight. Brazil trying to respond in the second. Karen Takahama, the first baseman, will lead things off, followed by Matsumoto and Diaz. Sierra Lewis trying to dial it into that outside corner. It's behind 2-1.
You could tell Bowen back there struggling a little bit with the timing of her frames on those pitches, almost like they're moving a little bit more out than she's anticipating.
Driven into right field. Takahama starts the inning with a base hit.
And that's just what you need if you're Brazil. Takahama doing a really good job of just not trying to do too much. You see her go to the pullback, get this pitch on the outer half, put some barrel on it, and just drive it for a base hit, but it's short and sweet swings.
Brazil with a patient approach at the plate. Carolini Matsumoto in a 1-0 count against Sierra Lewis. Takes that for strike 1.
We've seen this a lot in this tournament. Teams are not afraid to go to small ball at all. They'll sacrifice bunt. They'll bunt for a base hit. They'll do the little things right just to go at bat to at bat.
Quick visit here between Sophia Bowen and Sierra Lewis in the circle. All right, we got a fun one here. Caroline Matsumoto's favorite athlete, and I knew Brazil would come through for me, is Vinicius Jr.
Let me guess. Soccer.
Soccer.
Nailed it.
Yep. And that's as far as that's going to go. Plays for Real Madrid and Brazil.
I'm learning. Slowly but surely, I'm learning.
That is in there for strike two. And I know you'll know this one. Her favorite actress is Anne Hathaway, who you're younger than I am, but for me growing up at least, the first role that I know her as is Princess of Genovia.
Oh, yes. Princess Diaries? Get out of here. That's a classic. I wasn't sure where you were going with that originally. I'm like, she's been in a lot.
Thinking like Disney Channel, though.
I gotcha.
Yeah. Walks with nobody out. The first two are aboard here in the second.
Really good place to be for Brazil, trying to add some runs and chip away at the 4-0 lead that Delaware has right now. But this is a great start. Back-to-back runners on, and now a runner in scoring position as well.
For Carolina Diaz. Shows bunt, drops it right in front of the plate, and she will sacrifice both runners into scoring position.
Perfectly executed sacrifice bunt. We just talked about it. All of these teams are willing and able to go to that small ball, and that's exactly what you need in a game like this. Brazil needs to put runs on the board, and now she just put both of those base runners in scoring position for her team.
First pitch swinging, that is into left field. Brazil is going to get on the board. The throw comes home, and that will allow Hasegawa to advance to second base.
And the pitcher helping herself out at the plate. But I really think it's that sacrifice bunt ahead of this at bat that sets it up for Hasegawa to put a run on the board for Brazil.
First and third with just the one away. It is strike one, and they'll say she did offer at that pitch. Second and third, apologize. And she went around at that too. Lewis coming hard in right there.
She doesn't necessarily throw a screwball, but a lot of her pitches will run inside to a righty batter, especially if they run down and in. That is so hard to handle.
0-2. All right, down and in, up and away. Where are we going here?
I'm probably going back down and in.
Let's see. See if the catcher knows her stuff. Down and in. Slow roller down the first base line. Lewis. Oh, that's a nice play. The run will come across. They'll get out number 2 on the play. Brazil will happily take the run.
And just like that, Brazil has cut Delaware's lead in half. Matsumoto getting jammed up on this a ton, but it's in the perfect place. It forces Lewis to come off the mound. She makes an incredible play, but it does score another run for Brazil.
Fabiana Takemoto, the 9 spot for Brazil. Another runner 60 feet from home. Takemoto's favorite player is Yoshinobu Yamamoto, the Dodgers ace. I mean, I think he's the ace still with Scooble there now. I don't know. Might be co-aces.
Do you know something we all don't? You got the inside scoop?
Yeah. Chops at that high pitch and falls behind 1-2. Swings through it, strike 3. Lewis out of the inning, but it's a nice answer from Brazil to cut the lead in half. 4-2 at the end of 2 innings here in Frankfort, Delaware. Beautiful night. The Lower Sussex Little League Complex. This complex has hosted the Senior League Softball World Series since 2004. And this main field can accommodate around 700 fans. I think Delaware faithful might push that as the week goes on. 5, 6, 7 coming up for Delaware. 2-0 on the week. Jackson, Lewis, and Bow. As ball 1 down and away. Hasegawa trying to settle in. She's given up 2 runs in each of the first 2 innings, and all of them have come with 2 outs. Jackson, left side, just under the backhand attempt of Sonoda.
And the second hit of the day already for Emma Jackson. She continues to just square the ball up really well. This ball is hit so hard. You can see she's back in the box. She's waiting for the pitch that she wants, gets her bat head there, and then just no shot for Sonoda at shortstop. That ball is just hit so hard.
Jackson get credited with a single. Now Sierra Lewis comes to the plate. She has a single to her name and an RBI. It's a very practical choice on the favorite food, pasta. Just in general, she has a lot of options there.
If you had to pick an all-time pasta, what are you going with?
Probably tortellini.
You went with the shape?
Yeah. Oh, that's what you wanted. What do you want from me? What is your go-to pasta then? Are you gonna give me a dish?
Cacio e pepe.
Okay. I've heard you say that twice this week, somehow. Not that it's your favorite dish, but cacio e pepe.
I do love cacio e pepe. If you've never had it out there, you have to try it. It's pretty much just like cheese, noodles, sprinkle of pepper.
Okay. Can I get it with tortellini?
We can make that happen.
Two coming to Sierra Lewis. Back-to-back innings where Delaware has had the leadoff batter on. Trying to go opposite field. That is off of our lift for our camera. Tell you what, we've tried to get both camera guys with foul balls, but they have stayed unscathed, thankfully.
Thankfully, they're working hard out there. We got to get them some cover or something.
No one is more excited that the sun has gone down than those two camera operators.
They're having a camera off right now. We have a great crew out here, top to bottom. Everybody working this event is incredible.
Hard hit on the ground, hops up right into the glove. Chance for two. Lewis was hustling down the line to avoid that.
A lot of balls going to the left side of the field today. Sonoda able to get this one, keep it in front, and good heads up being able to get the lead runner on that.
Jordan Bowe takes a cut at the first pitch and fouls it away. Favorite celebrity. I like this too because they'll put their favorite athletes, and sometimes the celebrity is actually a different athlete. And so this one is the same thing. It was not her favorite athlete, but her favorite celebrity was Cooper Flagg.
It did say to only list one, so if you have multiple, that's a good way to get them all in.
It's true. That one is bounced in. Sierra Lewis, little hesitation, shifty on the bases, and she's safe at second. Looked like a running back juking out a linebacker.
And that is a smart decision by Sierra Lewis. She was a little bit tripped up because I think she thought this ball was going to get away from Diaz behind the dish, but Diaz a great job. And then Lewis recognizing she is going to be hung up at first base, so she continues to second. And a great slide into the bag as well.
Reading kind of body language and hand motions, but it seemed like Thais Kawasaki, one of the coaches for Brazil, was telling Carolina Diaz behind the plate just to kind of, in that situation, to go out, like run out into the field to make Lewis make a decision.
Sometimes they'll bait you, base runners will bait you into throwing behind them so that they can take off towards second base. So a good rule of thumb is if you're unsure, you can A, pump fake, see which way they bite, or B, start kind of jogging out there and take an angle so you force them to go back towards first base.
Bowe walks first and second now with just one out. Ava Brock walked to lead off the second and scored on the two-run home run by Adeline Lutz. Strike one. Through the right side, base hit for Brock. Lewis coming around from second, and she is going to score.
How about about the pitcher showing off the wheels, scoring from second base on this base hit by Ava Brock. Love the aggressive base running that we're seeing here from Delaware. Ava Brock doing a good job of letting this ball in deep, and then Sierra Lewis recognizes this and she does not hesitate. She is going all the way, picks up her coach who's sending her, and she's in there easily.
No rest for the pitcher. She was hustling to get on base on the fielder's choice. First and third plays, just a cut by Matsumoto at second. And now two in scoring position. They got to fix second base. It kind of came off of its spot. Off the handle to the left side. There's two outs taken care of by Sonoda. They retire Sophia Bowen.
That's a big time out right there for Brazil, trying to limit the damage, give themselves more of an opportunity to chip away at this Delaware lead.
Top of the order, though. Bounced in, kept in front by Diaz behind the plate. Journey Hearn is the batter. Ava Brock at second. Jordan Bowe at third. Spins that just inside.
That's a great pitch right there. If anything, maybe missed a little bit low, but I love that spot from Hasegawa.
Two one coming to Hearn. 3-1. You got the home run hitter on deck. That is ball four.
I think Journey Hearn also may have thought that that one was a strike, was a little bit unsure. Let's take a look here. Crosses at the knees, hard to say from this angle, but maybe just a little bit inside. You can see the frustration from Diaz behind the plate, thinking that that one was a strike as well.
Now Adeline Lutz. She is 2 for 2, a single and a 2-run home run, and she comes up with the bases juiced. This is kind of off the end of the bat, and Sonoda handles it. Hasegawa gets out of a bases loaded jam.
But Delaware adding some insurance. It's gonna be Ava Brock going oppo with this one, a low line drive, and then it's Sierra Lewis with the wheels. She's gonna score from second base.
My man can dance. 5-2. Hoping Brazil can mount a comeback here. They have a great support system in the stands that have made the trip to Delaware.
And they're loud too. We could hear them cheering. They've got some chants that they go to. And the team from Brazil too. I love, you can hear them in between innings cheering. You can hear them right now clapping and cheering. They're loud over there.
They are at the top of their order. Second time through against Sierra Lewis, and really pretty good the first time through. Mustered 2 runs. This is hit to the left side, handled by Bo for out number 1.
Quick reflexes by Bo on the hot corner, being able to handle that and then make an efficient throw over to first base for out number 1.
Rafaela Nakamura coming up next. Takes outside, ball 1. Nakamura, 15 years old. Tiare Jennings and Gabby Garcia are her favorite players.
She also says that she collects license plates from other countries.
Saw that one. That was very interesting.
So you have to wonder, is she getting a Delaware license plate from here then?
Maybe a Maryland too.
Maryland, we're close.
2 for 1. You collect anything?
No. Wins? Does that count?
Wins? Okay, all right. Okay.
Coolness?
One, 2, the count to Nakamura. 2-2. Pair of hits, a pair of walks for Brazil in the first 2 innings. The walk in the first got eliminated. Low throw, and Kruger couldn't pick it out of the dirt. That was a laser from Kimora Harris.
Harris just releasing this ball a little bit too late. You can see it kind of stick in her hand, and then it just coming in with so much speed that's a tough play for Kruger to try to pick out of the dirt.
Bunt laid down the third base side. Bo is there. She is just on it. Great anticipation as well to go down as a sacrifice, but Delaware will gladly take out number 2.
My favorite part about that play is that Bo fielded that bunt and immediately checked the runner to see if she had an out at second base first, and then gathered and still got the out at first base. Really smart softball there by Jordan Bo.
She did that in the game against Pennsylvania to open this event too, and she seems really comfortable and confident.
A lot of that takes pre-pitch thought too, when you're on defense, being able to think about, okay, where are my runners? How many outs are there? What am I gonna do if the ball's hit to me? She clearly had thought about that beforehand, so when it was hit to her, it was just second nature.
Karen Takahama takes strike 1, 1-1 count. Catches the outside corner, 2-2. Lewis has a chance to get out of the third here with nothing coming across. In the air left field. This is going to be playable in foul territory and just off the glove of the left fielder Jackson. Sure, knowing the fence is coming up quickly.
Well, and two, you can see where the grass ends and where the dirt begins, and sometimes when you have to kind of take that step down, it's a little bit lower, you lose a little bit of your footing. Good effort, though, by Jackson in left field.
Another 3-2 to Takahama. And she walks, great at bat. She has now reached twice in the game.
Really good at bat there. And getting bailed out a little bit by Jackson, dropping that foul ball in left field, and she takes advantage of that opportunity and draws a walk.
Catches the outside corner, strike one. This is Carolini Matsumoto. Walked and scored her first time up. Swings through that for strike two. Just outside. I think what stands out to me about all the lineups we've seen, we've not seen all the teams yet. We will by the end of the week. Top to bottom, 1 through 9, you are not going to get an easy out. Doesn't matter if you're in the 7, 8, 9 spots. There are no easy outs this weekend for these pitchers.
Absolutely, and it seems like on different days, different portions of the lineups are stepping up for each team.
It's just off the handle, popped out to Harris to end the inning. Sierra Lewis keeps Brazil off the board in the third, and they still lead by 3. Delaware coming back up on the other field. It's the Philippines leading Texas. They actually fell behind in that game 1-0, got out of a bases loaded jam, and now they are up 6-1 with a couple runners in scoring position. That's just in the second inning. Low throw picked up on our field by Takahama for the first out.
What a pick by Takahama for Brazil. That was smooth, a little bit of a backhand there, bailing out her teammate on the throw. Hit over to Sonoda, who kind of misses the throw a little bit, but the first baseman getting low, getting underneath it. Good job there.
Asagawa missing up and away. This is Kimura Harris. Emma Jackson due up next. Harris is 1 for 2 an RBI single back in the first inning and came around to score. Ground ball left side, picked up by the shortstop. Off balance throw by Sonoda. That was impressive.
Sonoda has seen so much work today. So many ground balls going her way, but she is a vacuum over there. And then she gets the help from her first baseman, Karen Takahama, with the stretch too, on the run, making a great throw. And look at the stretch over there. Almost full extension. Great work.
Defense showing up for Brazil, trying to keep Delaware off the board for the first time in an inning this game. Emma Jackson is 2 for 2 though, and jumps ahead 2-0 in the count. Sonoda makes a play like that, and then Emma Jackson steps up, who's a Derek Jeter fan. A little Jeter-esque coming in.
That was a bit of a Jeter throw.
A little Sis Bates-esque. Three and one.
Sonoda today, just counted, she's made 6 plays over at short. That is a ton of action, and she's looked great on all of them.
Ground ball to the right side this time, down to a knee, and makes the throw from there is Matsumoto. 1-2-3 inning. First in the game for Brazil. A little momentum as they go to the bat rack. Here comes Brazil after a 1-2-3 inning. Group that is trailing by 3, but playing very free and relaxed right now. See if they can get the bats going against Sierra Lewis. They've had some action on the bases the last 2 innings. They scored 2 back in the second. Left another one on third that inning. And a pair of runners on in the third that they were unable to bring around. Carolina Diaz, the catcher, leads it off. Her dream job to be a nutritionist. And chased that pitch, fooled. It was high, but it was off speed too.
You know, and sometimes that it looks worse than it actually is as a batter. I've swung at plenty of those before that are way up over your head. Out of the hand, you're thinking, oh, this is the one, and then by the time you swing, it ends up over your head, and you're It just happens.
Rosen gets this one, puts a good swing on it right to Journey Hearn and right.
Everybody's going to swing at a bad pitch in their time of playing softball, some more than others. I was one of those. But the ticket is learning from it. If you swing first pitch at a ball over your head, you can say, okay, I know what that feels like, I know what that looks like, so then you don't have to do it again in that same at-bat.
Hard hit and stopped by Harris. It's going to go down as an infield single for Hasegawa. Second hit for her in the game.
And again, the pitcher showing off the speed. It was Sierra Lewis for Delaware earlier in this game, but now it's Hasegawa for Brazil. She's going to smoke this ball right at Harris. Harris with a bit of a bobble because it's hit so hard, but that one bobble's enough.
Bunt is down. This is going to be a close play. It was a nice job to turn and fire that back to first by Kruger. Sacrifice successful, but there's 2 outs. Second base came off its spot, so they are fixing that. Fabiana Takemoto, the runner in scoring position. Struck out swinging back in the second, ended that inning. Lets the first 2 go and jumps ahead 2-0.
This would be a big at-bat for Brazil if Takemoto can get on base and turn the lineup over back to the top for Sonoda, who's been so hot for them.
To chop at that pitch, swings through it for strike 1. It's a Brazil team that played the Latin America region tournament in Curacao, beat Mexico 6-0 in the championship after they shut out Puerto Rico in the semifinal. That's a Puerto Rico team that beat them in their opening game of that region tournament. And the Mexico win, it was Mexico's only loss. They shut them out. Mexico had scored at least 7 runs in every game of the region tournament before that shutout in the championship. Puerto Rico was the representative from Latin America last year. That's outside ball 3.
Well, and to your point, Brazil is really deep in the circle for them. They've got 4 different pitchers that they can go to, and they say that they rotate them depending on the day. So they're hard to score off of.
Fernando Oda, their manager, said they really go off how they're feeling. So you might come in planning to go with 1, and then if somebody's feeling good, you might switch it up. And Sierra Lewis gets out of the inning, and 3 of the 4 frames are scoreless for her tonight. We are through 4 in Frankfurt.
No runs on 1 hit, no errors.
Little League is the most trusted youth sports organization in the world, keeping baseball and softball accessible for all kids. But its real power comes from you. Help us rally for Little League by texting RALLY to 345-345 today. Standard messaging rates apply. These small communities like Frankfort, Delaware, where this event is held, and Georgetown Little League, which is the program that is representing Delaware here. Little League obviously means a lot. You hear from Brazil, who said how much they are just excited for the trip and everything that's provided to them by Little League and everything that they get to experience. It's a really cool event to be a part of. Lewis did go around, and she is behind in the count 0-2.
I think it's also so cool to be able to represent something bigger than yourself. And it's not like you're representing your school, you're representing your state, your country. You have to just have so much pride in that.
Hasagawa trying to go to the outside corner against Lewis. Pitcher on pitcher. Changeup stays high. Oh, foul ball.
Once again,
Lutz got to stay ready.
I was gonna say it, they're getting a little too close to our camera guy again.
Hasagawa went 1-2-3 in the fourth. 3 ground balls, 2 to the shortstop, 1 to the second baseman. Another foul ball. Swings through it. Eduarda Hasagawa fired up after that strikeout.
Hasagawa is going to go up in the zone with this one, but you could see before that, Lewis's bat was so flat and low on her shoulder. It makes it really difficult to adjust to that pitch going up. Really good spot by Hasagawa.
Ball 1 to the third baseman, Jordan Bowe. Favorite sport to play is golf. He's bounced in, Bowe jumps ahead, 2-0. Flew out to right field and has walked in the game. Ground ball back up the middle, Hasagawa again. And she has now retired 6 straight Delaware batters.
Really since that first inning and a little bit of the second inning, it's just felt like Hasagawa has been settling in. She's gotten better as this game has gone on, which as a pitcher is exactly what you need to do in order to give your offense a chance.
I think it would be hard to believe Delaware has gone 1-2-3, been sat down in order in back-to-back innings, maybe this whole season. I would imagine that has not happened.
And they mentioned that hitting is their strong point. That is what they rely on. They love to hit, and anybody in their lineup can do it. And so sitting them down in order is a feat, let alone to do it in back-to-back innings.
She is one batter away from doing that. Of the 6 consecutive that she has retired, 5 ground balls, 1 strikeout. There have only been 2 outs recorded in the air in this game off of Hasegawa.
And of course, 3 of those ground balls went to Sonoda over at shortstop too. She's getting a lot of work tonight.
And that's just in the last 6. She's got about 7 plays that she's made this evening. Quick visit with Diaz in the circle. What was your go-to? And like, are you a serious conversation in the circle, or you crack a joke?
You have to know your pitcher and their personality. There were some pitchers that I was afraid to make eye contact with because they hated timeouts. So you go out there like, good to see you, go back. There's other pitchers you got to go out there, hype them up a little bit. Some that you got to crack a joke. That was, if I could choose, I would just crack a joke every time.
Okay. Hard hit ball left side. Sonoda in the hole. What a play! 7 straight retired, back-to-back 1, 2, 3 innings for Hasegawa, and Sonoda has been a big part of it.
Once again, Sonoda, she is just a vacuum over there at shortstop. She has been incredible. If you need an out, you call her. She's good and great. She gets indoor legs, makes an incredible throw, and Brazil will look to put some on the board when we come back.
We're back here tomorrow.
We go to the bottom of the 5th in one of the final 2 games of the night. We are wrapping things up on day 3. Tomorrow is the final day of pool play, so we will set the single elimination format with the top 4 in each pool that begins on Friday. 4 games Friday, 2 games Saturday, and the championship on Sunday. Brazil's defense has been excellent. Time for the offense to pick it up. And they are at the top of their order. It's the 3rd time through against Sierra Lewis. It's also the 3rd time that Mariana Sonoda has led off an inning. She led off the 1st, 3rd, and now the 5th.
Fielding all the balls, leading off all the innings.
Special talent is cooking. 17, and she can cook. 32, and I can't do anything in the kitchen.
I was gonna ask you.
It's microwavable, it's good for me.
There you go.
Down 1-2 in the count. Sierra Lewis, just 2 strikeouts. Brazil's put just about everything in play. There's Sonoda fighting off another pitch. Off speed, and she did go. That is strike 3 and the first out in the inning.
You can tell Sonoda not happy with that call to change up. Woo, that is close. It's about as 50-50 as you can get on a potential swing. But it ends up in a K for Sierra Lewis.
Here's a question for you. If she ran immediately, and then, like, does the appeal happen as she's running? Like, that's, I don't know that I've seen that on like a drop third strike, but you're appealing it. So she's waiting for the call.
I think you go with your gut. If you don't think you swung it all, you got to hang strong in that decision. Because the second you take off, you're telling everybody, I think I swung.
Okay, so second question. They say she went. Then can she run? It's
Yes.
a drop third strike, so like after that call, then do you run and make them make the throw?
Most of the time, as a catcher, no matter what the call is, you're giving the like obligatory tag. So even before, just to make sure there's no question, you come up tag, and then they can make their decision, so that you just don't leave it.
Just an interesting
That's a
play.
chance.
Like
Yes.
if you run after the appeal, you're like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to try and run it out now.
You could.
Rafa Nakamura with 1 out, nobody on. You still have 8 more games with me.
We're having too much fun. You can tell we like our jobs up here. We have fun.
Strike 3 on the outside corner.
Sierra Lewis, back-to-back Ks for her. This time, instead of the changeup, she's gonna go to this curveball on the outer half. Great frame behind the dish by Bowen as well. Another strikeout for her in this inning.
Beatrice Nagazawa is the last chance in the 5th for Brazil. Strike 1. Great contact hitter. Favorite athletes Naomi Osaka and Shohei Ohtani. Favorite celebrity is Hermione Granger, Emma Watson.
Big time Harry Potter fans up in the booth.
Lewis entered the inning with just 2 strikeouts. She is a strike away from sitting down the side in order in that fashion. Tap her back to her. She'll take care of it. And it's a 1-2-3 inning for Sierra Lewis. We are off to the 6th here in Frankfurt. Still Delaware leading 5-2.
For Latin America in the bottom of the 5th inning, no 53.
5-2, Brazil trailing Delaware. Eduarda Hasagawa in the circle has been excellent the last 2 innings. 6 up, 6 down. She's actually retired 7 in a row. 6 ground balls in that span and 1 strikeout. She is 2 batters away from retiring the entire order in a row.
Honestly, ever since the home run by Lutz in the 2nd inning, not much has happened. They've scored a few extra runs here and there.
Backhand play, more defense, and out at first. Matsumoto. This is what Fernando Oda said he really liked about this group, their speed and their defense.
This is a great play by Matsumoto. She's going to have to go all the way behind second base. The slide gets up quickly and then makes a great throw. And again, shout out to Karen Takahama at first base. She has been phenomenal helping out her infield today.
Back to the top of the order, it's Journey Hearn, takes the first pitch for a strike. 4th time through the order for Hasagawa. Delaware has scored at least 9 in each of the first 2 games. This is driven to center field, and it is gone. Journey Hearn leaves the yard. 2nd home run in the game for Delaware. Their first run since the 3rd inning.
Journey Hearn.
And that is a big-time swing by Journey Hearn. This pitch, once again, left belt high, middle. She gets her front foot down, her barrel out there, and gets all of this ball. Drives it dead center, and that's a home run for Journey Hearn.
That go off the top of the wall?
Looked like it. It was a bit of a low line drive. Just enough height for it to get over, but definitely enough speed.
So 8 in a row retired, and then the solo shot from Hearn as she sees Hasagawa for the 4th time. She is one of the youngsters, 15 years old. Say she's really quiet, but has a great eye and a great bat, as you just saw. Now Adeline Lutz, the other home run hitter. Skies it out to shallow right field. 2 outs.
Good bounce back there by Hasagawa in the circle, going right at the next batter, especially knowing that she had gone yard earlier in the game. Gets her to pop up for out number 2.
Carly Kruger up with 2 outs, nobody on. First pitch swinging, picked up over at 3rd base. Matsumoto makes the play. A solo home run adds to the lead though. Delaware now up 4.
And it's Journey Hearn getting this pitch over the middle of the plate. She launches it to dead center, and her team is fired up. Brazil looking to respond when we come back.
just behind us, it is all Philippines. Sheena Panteria just a few moments ago sits on the changeup and rockets it to the wall in right center.
And I've been so impressed with this Philippines team. They're incredible both on defense and on offense.
We are in Pool A right now. Brazil representing Latin America. Delaware up top trying to go to 3-0. So the Philippines could also get to that mark. It would be right there with Delaware, and those two teams will play tomorrow. That's quite the matchup.
Could be a pretty high-scoring game, but at the other side of things, it could be a pretty low-scoring game, depending on if the offense shows up or if the pitchers in the circle show up, because we've seen that. We've seen pitchers duels here already.
Four, 5, 6 coming up for Brazil, and the clock is ticking on their chances. Down 4. Their 2 runs came back in the second. They had a couple runners on in the third. Had just 1 runner on in the fourth, and then went 1, 2, 3 through the top of their order last inning against Sierra Lewis, who is starting to get stronger and stronger.
And that rise ball has just looked better and better as the game has gone on. It's got a lot of bite to it. Earlier, you saw some of them falling out of her hand and missing low and away. But now she's really pounding the zone with that pitch.
Another 2-2 from Lewis. Just misses high for ball 3.
That was almost like an off-speed rise ball. Instead of a traditional changeup, had a little bit of different spin than her traditional changeup. Looked more off-speed to me. That's a nasty pitch.
Takahama is being a pest at the plate right now, wasting some of these pitches from Lewis. She is aboard to lead off the 6th.
Really good quality at bat there by Karen Takahama, fouling off a bunch of pitches and laying off that off-speed rise was really impressive the pitch before. And this is exactly what you need if you're Brazil to try to start a rally.
Brazil is going to run for Takahama over at first. It'll be Annie Nakamura.
Now it's in a special pink runner, number 8. Annie Nakamura.
Nakamura now on first base for Carolini Matsumoto. Shows bunt, but pulls back, strike 1. This has been their game plan. You get somebody on first with 0 or 1 out, and you are going to sacrifice them into scoring position, and they have executed that for the most part. This time pulling back and swinging away.
Almost looked like a slap and run there. A runner was definitely going on the pitch.
Doesn't go this time, 1-2. Sierra Lewis laughing. She got that deflector, that ricocheted foul ball, and thought it was going to pop up in her glove and went under it, so needed a little assist from Kimora Harris. Two. Matsumoto walked and scored the second run for Brazil in that second inning, then popped up to the shortstop in the third, and that was the last time she came to the plate. Back-to-back battles at the plate for these two Brazil hitters. Three-two from Lewis. Up and away, ball four.
Carolini started that at bat 0-2 and worked herself a walk. Fouled off some pitches, but being able to battle back after being 0-2 and having your back against the wall like that takes a lot of guts. And now Brazil in a good spot.
Very similar situation to what they had in the second when they scored. They led off that inning with a single and a walk and had runners on first and second with nobody out. They sacrificed both into scoring position. And oddly enough, it was the same exact part in the order. Takahama led off the second. She led off this inning. And the sac bunt was Carolina Diaz, who is coming to the plate right now. We'll see if they play it the same way. The runners go, and safe at third. Under the tag goes Nakamura. And so I think they wanted to sacrifice them over, but miss it, and both runners move up anyway.
So you can see she goes for the bunt, misses. Solid throw, but it's almost like Harris, who's covering, was in a force. Like she thought she had to force, and then she realized at the last moment she needed to tag, and by that point, runner was already safe.
Nakamura, I think, ended up taking her hand off the base, but the tag still wasn't on her. So the runners advance, and now what does Brazil do? 0-1 count to Diaz. Little tapper to the right side. It's going to go through into right field. And both runs will score. The ball just bouncing the right way for Brazil right now.
And Brazil starting a rally. Started with walks there. Missed bunt, a bit of a mental error for Delaware with that throw to third base. And then right there, that ball just like squeezes its way in. Perfectly placed ball by Carolina Diaz.
Now the pitcher, Eduarda Hasegawa, who has 2 hits to her name already, lays down the bunt. Bo coming in, low throw is picked off the ground by Brock. That is an important first out.
And we mentioned it, they're not afraid to sack bunt in any situation with anybody up. Good job by Jordan Bowe, fielding that on the run, and then a good scoop over there by Ava Brock too.
Down and in, ball 1 to Naomi Matsumoto. RBI ground out in the second, a sacrifice bunt in the fourth. Pulls back, runner goes. This time they got her. And there's 2 away.
Looks like there's a bit of a miscommunication on the sign. Bunt pullback, runner going all the way, but that's a great throw by Sophia Bowen behind the dish to get her stealing and a big time out for Delaware.
Two 2-1 count for Lewis. That also potentially does is makes you start the inning with your 9 spot instead of your 1, but that's taken care of by Matsumoto, who beats out the swinging bunt.
And another perfectly placed ball by Matsumoto, just right where nobody can play it. First base was back, forces the pitcher, Sierra Lewis, to come up off the mound, and just not in time.
Philippines has beaten Texas 18-1, that game going final. Fabiana Takemoto at the plate. And Naomi Matsumoto keeping this inning going probably makes that out at third hurt even more for Brazil. This could potentially be first and third in a 1-out situation. Clint Lutz wants to talk to Sierra Lewis. He's actually gonna pull her right here. Lewis has battled through 5 2/3, but exits with the tying run at the plate here in the 6th. Sierra Lewis departs. Here comes the 17-year-old from Millsboro, Delaware, McKenna Blades, or Kenny.
And Kenny Blades is going to work a fastball, a curve, and that changeup. She's really good at placing the ball where she wants. So in a big-time situation like this is a great arm to go to because you can dictate where you want the ball and potentially where you want the ball put in play by the offense as well.
She also comes into the middle of this at bat. It's 2-0. Spots the first pitch on the outside corner, 2-1. They really like her control. Swings through that, and she is right back in this at bat at 2-2.
And especially coming in mid at bat, for the batter, you have to completely adjust your plan, your timing, everything that you're looking for. That can be really difficult.
Slapped left side and caught by Kimora Harris. We've got a ball game though. And we are going to the 7th, just a 2-run difference between Delaware and Brazil.
In the bottom of the 6th inning, 2 runs on 1 hit. There was an error and 1 left. 6-4 now the score. We go to the top of the 7th inning with the host team coming to bat.
The Philippines 3-0 in Pool A. Michigan 3-0 in Pool B. Delaware trying to join those two teams as the third 3-0 team. That would move Brazil to 1-2, which is still a great spot to be in. One more day of pool play. Czechia will play 2 games tomorrow. We have a 7th inning in a very tight contest. Brazil has closed the gap to 2. Kamora Harris checks at the first pitch and did not go around. Delaware would love some insurance. Brazil will send the top of their order to the plate in the 7th, 2-0 count. Up the middle, great reflexes by Hasegawa. The defensive clinic continues for Brazil.
There have been so many balls put in play on the ground to this Brazil defense, and they do not falter every single time. Every position has fielded their position well today, and that was a hard shot right back at Hasegawa, and she handles it for out number 1.
They haven't made an error in this game. Strike 1 to Emma Jackson. A pair of singles in the first 3 innings. Bounced in by Hasegawa. Driven to center field, caught by Nakamura, 2 outs.
Those are 2 really big back-to-back outs for Brazil, especially in the heart of this lineup, knowing that they can't afford to give up any more runs. Really good job by Hasegawa in the circle.
Sierra Lewis, who exited in the circle that last inning, still comes up to the plate, watches ball one outside. Been on base twice, RBI single, had to beat out a fielder's choice earlier in the game too and stole a base. Watches that low for ball two. Up and in, 3-0. Four-pitch walk to Lewis to keep the inning going.
Good job by Lewis, just extending the inning, passing the bat down to Jordan Bowe. Trying to see if they can add on to this lead here in the top of the 7th.
Bowe swinging first pitch, fouls it out of play. Oh for 2 with a walk in the game. Ground ball left side, scooped up and thrown to first by Matsumoto. One last chance for Brazil. They scored 2 last inning and they've got the top of their order coming up when we come back. This is exactly what Brazil would want in this situation. They are down 2. They have scored 2 in 2 separate innings. Just last inning, cutting this lead in half. And now they get 1, 2, 3 to lead it off. For these batters, it's the first time they have faced Kenny Blades. It is the 4th time now the top of the order has led off an inning. 4 of the 7 innings you've led off at the top of your order.
That's a lot of production up and down the lineup. They may not have the runs to show for it, but They're rolling through the lineup. They're passing the bat down. They're just waiting for that one big hit to break it open.
And it's actually been 4 through 8 have been the most productive in the Brazil order, which you love to see. You love to see the middle to bottom getting it going. It's time for the top of the order to do what Brazil expects out of them. There it is, down the left field line. That kind of spins toward the wall, and it's going to be a stand-up double for Mariana Shinoda.
And that is exactly what you need in the bottom of the 7th. Down by 2, your leadoff batter comes up clutch with a leadoff double. She goes down to get this pitch, drives it into left field, and because of that lefty spin off her bat, it's going to continue to tail towards the left field corner. And so she's in there easily for a stand-up double to lead off this inning.
Rafa Nakamura at the plate. Takes the first pitch for a strike. Walked back in the first inning. Reached on an error and has struck out looking. Off the end of the bat, out of play. She's behind 0-2. So what do you think? An 0-2 is a hitter right now in this situation?
My job's to put the ball in play. My job, you cannot strike out here. You have to make the defense work. Anything close, I am getting bat on ball.
One, two. Left side, and it gets through. Back-to-back base hits to start the 7th, and the tying run is on base.
What a job by Nakamura, battling back after being down 0-2. I just talked about how you cannot strike out in that situation. She says, okay, what if I just drive a base hit through the 5-6 hole? And now Brazil really starting to cook offensively.
Winning run steps to the plate. Beatrice Nagasawa on the ground, chance for 2. They won't get it, and now a 1-run game with 1 out.
And even that right there is a perfect example of why you just have to put the ball in play. They may have gotten an out there, but they've now cut the lead to 1 with a few outs to work with. Really impressive what the top 3 batters of this lineup have been able to do in this inning.
The next 2 hitters in the lineup have reached 5 of the 6 times they've come to the plate. 4 walks and a single. Takahama is 1 for 1 with a pair of walks and 2 runs scored. Is ball 2, Takahama ahead 2-0. The outfield shaded to the right side here. Adeline Lutz is well to the right of second base.
What's interesting is that Emma Jackson in left field didn't quite move with her. So now there's a huge gap between center and left. Usually if you're gonna shift, you shift everybody over. You give up a little bit on the line, but you pull yourself and communicate that shift all across the field. Now just a huge gap in left center.
It's a Brazil team that's gone the other way a lot in this game too, it feels like. And she walks. The winning run now stands at first base.
Takahama's 3rd walk of the game, and it could not come at a better time for Brazil. Great at bat. She took tough pitches. They were tight. Those could have gone either way in some of those, and she stuck to her plan.
Brazil fans on their feet This one gets away. Both runners advance. Tying run 60 feet from home. Winning run stands on second.
You can feel the energy. You can feel the pressure, the tension. Sophia Bowen going to block that ball, and it didn't hit the dirt enough. She gets handcuffed a little bit, and the runners advance.
Caroline Matsumoto is the hitter. 1-0 count. Takes strike one. Two walks, 2 runs scored for Matsumoto. In the air, right on the left field line, and too shallow to test it. And now Delaware is 1 out away from surviving this late rally.
Big time out there for Delaware. And if that would have been 10, 20 feet deeper, that may have scored a run, the tying run. Good job by Emma Jackson tracking that down and keeping that run from scoring.
Carolina Diaz. Last chance for Brazil. First pitch swinging, fouls it away. Kenny Blades wants a new ball. Brazil down to their last strike. Blades or Diaz, who's it gonna be? One of the best games of the Senior League Softball World Series so far this week. 0-2. Left side, Bow to first. Delaware survives. Now 3-0 in pool play.
What a job by Delaware hanging in there, and Kenny Blades coming into this game in a tough situation and being able to shut this team down when they needed it. She got crucial outs in big time moments. The defense stepped up behind her, but you have to give props to the fight from Brazil. They were one swing away from tying this game up.
Brazil trailed 6-2 when we went into the 6th inning. Scored 2 runs to cut the lead in half and had the winning run at second base with 1 out. But Delaware and Kenny Blades hang on as they improve to 3-0, making it 3 teams with that record in pool play.
And at this point, this could be anybody's tournament. We've seen so much from so many different teams, from grittiness to home runs to pitching performances in the circle. And even today from Brazil, the defense showing out. A lot of opportunity for multiple teams.
That'll do it for day 3 from the Senior League Softball World Series. Pool play standings starting to really take shape, and they will find the final form tomorrow. 6 games start at 2 Eastern, 2, 5, and 8 on both fields here at the Lower Sussex Little League Complex. For Ali Shipman, our entire crew, I'm Chucky Kemp. Thanks so much for joining us, and we will see you back here in Frankfurt tomorrow.